Hello, I figured I would go ahead and try and make a video about essentially my thoughts on blindness and how it impacts me. I have Stargardts macular degeneration, which is a juvenile onset form. Generally hits people when they're between the ages of 8 and 20, and I might have started having my vision deteriorate probably when I was 14 or 15. I was diagnosed when I was 16, but it actually took me several doctors before I was diagnosed because Stargardts is pretty rare and it's not the most common, and so not all doctors necessarily know what it is when they're seeing it, and they like to verify. So I've gone through the experience of being very visually oriented, drawing, being artistic in that way, taking pictures and everything else. I really liked cars. I planned on the car I was going to have. I was going to work on it and everything else. I went through driver's ed, and then by the time I got to the eye test for actually getting my driver's license, I couldn't pass it, and that was crushing. That was crushing. Around my family, I always tried to show strength, show that things didn't bother me, and maybe that has been part of my problem throughout at least part of my life, is trying to pretend to be strong and act like, no, I don't need help, I don't need anything. Actually made it hard for me to do things because I just stopped doing things that were difficult because I didn't want people to feel bad and I didn't want to make people uncomfortable. So stopped drawing, I stopped doing a lot of things, and maybe it was harder for me than I let a lot of people know. It was quite devastating, to be quite truthful and quite honest. So fast forward to now, and I am 38. I do have 3 kids, and I am trying my best to actually get out there. I'm trying to get past a lot of my social awkwardness, which is difficult at times because I do get really nervous not knowing whether people are talking to me because I can't see people's faces. And I am trying to actually get more out there, and I want to get more out there as far as being able to do a career so I can take care of myself. I have a degree now in human services, and I actually want to try and use it if I can do some kind of advocacy work for the disabled, for the blind, which maybe is part of the reason I'm deciding to do this video, just to kind of get it out there and start talking about this kind of thing on YouTube. Yes, it's a video, but this technology is helping so many blind people to get more connected to other people. For me, it has. I might not get out there and be able to talk to a lot of people, meet with a lot of new people, but on YouTube, I have actually been able to, in a sense, start to feel like I'm part of a community, and making videos and then kind of interacting. It's almost like kind of in a way Skyping. In a community, talking about subjects. When you start getting into those things, it really helps with the sense of connection, which is so important. And to a lot of people and to some blind people, you can really start to feel really isolated. And at least for me, I have suffered from that because there is that detachment of not being able to see everything. So, excuse me. Yeah, trying to look at the time on my computer. So I decided I wanted to try and put my thoughts out there and my feelings out there, and maybe to let other people know that this is hard. Yes, I want to get to that place, and I'm striving to get to that place, and I have times where I'm at that place where things things could be harder, things could be worse. But when you lose your sight, and we live in a very visual world, there is a sense of loss. You have to go through a grieving process, and facing these feelings and accepting these feelings is very natural. And I think it's very important for a lot of people to do. Not just pull yourself up by your bootstraps and hey, everything's fine and things are wonderful. Yes, there's times where things are fine and things are wonderful, but there are times when there's not, and there is deep sadness. Um, I have 3 kids, and they're starting to get more independent, and they're starting to get more, doing more things and getting more out there, and you for me, I do sometimes feel like I'm not part of some of that because I can't see that wondrous expression on their face when they have that, when they're going through, maybe when they're first experiencing something, even maybe feeling frightened as they're going to be playing their violin or their cello on the stage. Are they feeling frightened? Are they feeling happy that, look, I just did a wonderful job? That is kind of missing sometimes. And that does make me sad. Some of this, I admit, this is why I'm going to keep putting this as a vlog, is kind of, I might be babbling some, but just to let other people that are visually impaired, low vision, blind, going through that loss, to know that this is a normal part of what we're going through. And we need to start feeling that some, not wallowing, like as far as jumping into it and then become immobilized and completely isolated. I've been there. But experience it, feel it, and then find a way of moving past it and moving to this next step would be really wonderful. So yeah, that's my 2 cents about that. And nowadays things are becoming more wonderful with technology because there are so many things that the blind can do that we might not have been able to do before, which is great and wonderful. So that's my thoughts on that, and hope everybody has a wonderful day. Bye.